I plan to get back into the routine of doing my videos. Hopefully it takes, but thing is, I've been busy with multiple different projects, and hopefully I don't get sidetracked too much in the near future. Today's video is about a homebrew class that I found online when I first started playing D&D. Now, I read through the discussions like on its website, and there's been a lot of back and forth. Like there's been people who said by looking at it it's too OP, but then I saw discussions of people who apparently played it and who then talks about how a 20th level wizard, 20th level barbarian can easily fight this character. Um, I'm not sure about the term easily, but because then again, I've never reached the 20th level of any class, so who knows? But yeah, I found it on a website that, to be fair, has gotten that has a reputation. Like to say the website has not earned the reputation, I can certainly understand. Also, folks, you may notice that I'm using a new picture for this. This is a picture that was commissioned for me for a D&D character. It was my Dragonborn gunslinger. He was a sniper. Um, but anyway, so I just thought I would use it today because it's D&D and it's one of my few pictures of a D&D character. But okay, but yeah, the website is called D&D Wiki, and I know, as I said, it has a reputation, and I can certainly understand why it earns that reputation. Because I've been on the website plenty of times, because it's not like DM's Guild where only certain things can that will stick. Whereas with this, you know, with D&D Wiki, pretty much you can find anything there, you know. And in some cases, there are some stuff that how should I put it? You wouldn't really like to see, just because like some of them are badly written, some of them are badly designed, and then there's some that are just that they seem to have just gotten abandoned by their person. And because anyone can go onto the website and edit it, it pretty much means you can get trolls. Like I remember at one point when this class had got edited by trolls, they pretty much replaced a lot of the words with profanity, such as other words for the male genitalia and the like. So that's why long ago I decided to copy and paste pretty much when I found one version of the class that was actually very good. I decided to copy and paste it into a Word document and save it as a PDF. Now, from that point on, I was like, I wanted to try it out in a campaign, but rightfully so, I had a DM. My DM was very hesitant to allow me to play it. So, and again, I completely understand why he was concerned. So that's why I decided I told him, look, what if I edit? Like I can see about tweaking it around and try and make it a bit more friendly to what he liked. So that's what I did. I set out to do this, and I'm actually looking for it right now because I'm trying to see if is it still on the D&D wiki. Let's see here. There's several Dragon Knights, but I think it might have been taken off now. We've got the Dragon Slayer Monk variant, Dragon Rider, Dragon Rider, Dragon Knight 5th variant. Yeah, it looks like it might have been. It might be gone now. Han. Or it might have been changed into something that I can completely. No, here it is. It's been changed to Dragon Knight, 5th variant, 5th 5e class. Uh, yeah, it's pretty much all here. Let's quickly go over this with the history now. Let's see what's been edited. Okay. Removed. Needs balance. Balance has been changed. Creating a dragon warrior. Minor traits. Creating a dragon warrior. Creating a dragon warrior. Dragon mark. Creating a dragon warrior. Okay, so this has actually gone through a lot of edits in the past. This year alone, like February, has been a very busy time for it. Apparently in January, there's been talk like around January they introduced ideal spell casting. Wow, let's take a look at the discussion. Do, 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 do. The discussion thing is now blank. Okay. Let's see. I look forward to seeing what has been changed about this. Uh, okay, let's briefly talk about the class though before I go into what's currently on the website, and then we'll talk about what I pretty much designed. Which, according to my friends, I have now pretty much made the class my own in terms of my edits. But okay, basically it's similar to the Ranger Companion concept, except you get a baby dragon, which can't fight until around level 2 with a bite attack, but it won't get its breath weapon until around level 3. As you level up in the Dragonite class, so does the dragon. So essentially, you made a bond with an egg at some point. You went through a ritual, and then when the egg hatched, that was your dragon companion. You are mentally and spiritually linked together. So there's some elements of other moments of bonding with a dragon. There's a bit of dragon heart. There's a bit of um, what's it called, Aragon. So there's some signs of other like from these classic books. So the concept is you ride a dragon, and so you're not a spellcaster, but you do get a feature. Like there is a feature for the dragon that does allow you to get like one spell. You get basically innate spell casting. You can cast a spell once, but then that's it. You need to spend a long rest to recharge it. So yeah, the class is highly customizable. Um, it's more of a martial class with the dragon, and and also it seems to encourage the idea because you get the feature when you get your dragon, you get the what's it called, the rider trait, but only when it comes to your dragon. So the only thing you're proficient in riding is your dragon. So essentially, you're encouraged. Technically, you won't be able to ride your dragon until level 11. Now, it does not state this, however. So I stated in my document. Eventually, I did. But yeah, it's absolutely. It's actually a fun class to play as. It's a bit of a martial one, but the dragon is highly customizable. You choose a dragon based like the player will choose a dragon based on their alignment axis, or in case you're multiclassing into it, like for example Emily, my girlfriend who plays Lunara in the Lunar games, she we were on a quest to find a dragon egg, and when she touched it, because I discussed prior with her, she wanted to multiclass into the dragon egg class. I was like, okay, this would be a nice opportunity to introduce her dragon. So when she touched it, it burned her. Her hand was stuck to it for a moment, and then when she pulled back her hand, the egg then changed into a more of a metallic color, and the dragon egg was a platinum dragon. So yeah, that's how I pictured the imagine the Axis. So because again, it was part of an actual quest that they started, and it was only after they started the quest that she voiced her opinion on playing the Dragon Knight. So we're gonna look at the first original I got. Give me a sec. And then we're gonna look at what's now on the website. And then we're gonna look at basically what what I turned it into. Okay, first off, this is one of the classes. This is one of those classes that will get something pretty much at every level, with the exception at 20th level. Now, me and my friends always had an issue with this, so that was one of the first changes I made. But anyway, you get pretty much a feature at every level, but in some levels you got two features. For example, level 1 you got two features, level 3 you got two features, 5 two features, 12 to two features, 13 to two features, and then 18 you got two features. Which, so it's a lot. You're getting a lot of features in this class. Now, as I said, in my one, I took some of it out and I moved one of the features from level 18 to level 20. So, when you get your dragon, you will choose based on your axis, and it's your pretty standard stuff. Except Lawful Evil has the inclusion of Shadow, which basically gives you a breath weapon of necrotic, and then Chaotic Good. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. I think it should be Lawful Good, but either way, Chaotic Good gives you Radiant. It's supposed to be it gives you Platinum Dragon, and it's a deck save. So yeah, so it tries to pair up like with Shadow and Platinum. The guy had to get a little bit more creative with this. So your dragon starts off tiny, and it has a health plus its constitution. So you have a secondary stat block for your dragon. Now, the starting stats for the dragon are 12, 12, 11, 10, 10, 8. You don't roll stats, you don't do anything. There's no racial modifier for the dragon. These are its stats starting at this level. Okay? And basically, its DCs are. It's based on its AC equals 13 plus Dex mod plus bonus, unless wearing armor specifically tailored to the dragon. Now, I understand why they're doing that because like the scales, but for me personally, I plan to change that. I forgot I was 13. I'm probably gonna make it more based on um 10 plus Dex. I need to look at some of the other how other beasts calculate their ACs, but for this dragon, I'm gonna say, especially when it's size tiny. I know that I can probably open that up to much higher levels, but either way, I'm saying 30. I'm saying 30 as a base is too high. Again, folks, there's a lot of reasons why I decided to change it, and it does also go into talking about how you get its armor. It's because of how you have to get the armor specially made. The armor's going to cost 4 times as much as base armor. So then it'll be armor plus bonus. Now it does get a bonus ace to AC, which is why I'm saying 13 is too high, because you get the AC bonus that it gets. I'm picturing that from the scales, you know. So as I said, that's another change that I overlooked and I plan to make. It gets your dragon is proficient in two skills of your choice, and one saving throw between strength and constitution of your choice. And its walking speed is 30 feet. It can fly at speed equal to twice its walking speed, and it is immune to its element. Now that's a funny thing because before I got this version of it, you had to purchase the flying trait, because that's what I said when I came to it. We're going to get into that now. See, when as you level up, Your dragon will grow in size. So it starts off as tiny, so it's the size of about a kitten. Um, so for level 1 and 2, it's tiny. Then level 3 it becomes small. Then at level 8 it becomes medium. And then at level 13 it becomes large. Level 18 it becomes huge, and at level 20 it becomes gargantuan. So it doesn't actually spend too much time being huge and gargantuan. They're more like end game stuff. And it gets a proficiency bonus starting at +2. Then gets at level 5 it gets bumped to +3. Level 9 it gets bumped to +4. 5 it gets bumped to it gets bumped to +5 at 13. Then 17 at +6, and then that's it. Attacks. Now, from at level 2 it gets a bite. 1d4 plus strength. As I said, it has very minimal stats. Its bite attack is 1d4 starting off plus strength. It does not have any AC bonus, and then eventually at level 10 it gets the ability to start using its claws. Now remember, folks, this is based on the original. It gets an AC bonus. Its AC bonuses start at level 3 at +1. Then at level 8 it gets +2. Level 13 it gets +3. And then level 18 it gets +4. So again, this is the reason why I planned to lower the AC calculator from 13 to 10. I assumed it was 10. So that was on me for never seeing that early. Now, your dragon can get a lot more ASIs than the player, except you cannot take a fee when the dragon gets an ASI. When the dragon gains an ASI, it's an ASI. It's nowhere. You cannot get what's it called, a fee. You get a fee through a different method. Now the max stats it can reach for tiny, medium, and small. Sorry, for medium and smaller, its max is 24. Then at large, 26, huge, 28, gargantuan, 20. Now I don't know why is the max starts off so high for medium and lower, because sorry for even because it lists tiny, medium, and smaller. When it's talking about the max being 24, because I'm not doing the maths. Like, until it reaches size medium, there's no way it can reach 24. Uh, like, unless you pump all those ASIs into one stat, like you need about 10. Wait, 10 to get close to 24. Yeah, so 10 will get you to one of the stats to 22. So let's see, how many SIs do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so 6. 6. 10. Okay, actually, yeah, 10 will get you to your max, and then that's if you put all your stats into one thing, and then you get to size category large, which then raises your cap. So yeah, now customizing your dragon. Now, also, folks, I should mention that this is based more on the old version of the Ranger, where depending on how many attacks your Ranger had, also depends on how often your Beast Companion could attack. This is the same category with the Dragon. Um, so basically, your Dragon Knight has to exchange his attacks in order to make the Dragon attack. Now, there are some sections in this that me and a few of my friends were like, "What?" as we read it, because there are some bits that were unclear because it's strange, but okay. Um, but to customize the dragon, you need to buy minor and major traits. When you get your dragon, you get one minor trait and one major trait, and then from that point on, every even level you get a minor trait, and every odd level you get a major trait. And every even level you also get an ASI for your dragon. Now, you spend these traits to get things for your dragon, For example, the minor traits are as follows: echoing voice, you get proficient in the skill, language, sight, amphibious, ice walk, quick, swimmer, burrow, immunity, and an ability score increase. So there are ways to get even more ASIs. So some of these you can obviously take multiple times. Some of them have a maximum. For example, sight has a maximum of 2 purchases. Um, quick you can take multiple times. It increases your walking speed by 10 feet, but and then also as does it adds more movement speed to your flying. Language gets you a new language. Proficient gets you a new skill size. Now some of them have how should I put it, a size restriction. Like your dragon must be of this size to get this. For example, echoing voice. Your dragon needs to be at least size large. Then we get to the major traits. Now these are much more favorable. For example, you can take a fee for your dragon. So you have to spend a major trait to get a fee. Now there's a cap on this. You get Okay, there is no original. There was no cap on this originally. I added the cap. So with this one, you can get a fee as many times as you want. Your dragon gains one proficiency in one of the following saving throws: intelligence or charisma. Now, I would open that up a bit more, due to the fact that like your dragon originally was supposed to pick between strength and con. I would probably open that up to the other saving throws to make it more like, oh, if you want to make your dragon a tank, you need to take multiple of them. Caster. Now this is the one that I was talking about. This one basically just gives you innate spell casting. Now there is a catch though. You and your dragon get this spell, and if it deals damage, if your spell the spell you pick deals damage, it must use the same damage type as your dragon. So therefore, if you have a shadow dragon, you cannot take fireball because your your dragon deals necrotic damage. It doesn't deal fire, so you can't take fireball. Now, I know I use a thinking because otherwise, well, some of you are probably thinking this. The dragon is going to be useless in dungeon crawl games or whatever. But the person who originally designed this thought of that, so he added a feature called change shape. Now, this was a lot more freedom than what I gave it. It's humanoid or beast that has a CR no higher than one quarter its knight's level, and back to its true form. So I decided to restrict it to a humanoid because I couldn't see why Dragon may decide to change its shape into a beast. From what I imagine, a dragon would be more likely to change into a human to get around without being seen. So yeah. Then you get hypnotic speech. Your dragon may speak to a non-hostile creature. The target makes a wisdom saving throw against A plus proficiency plus your dragon's charisma. If they fail, they become charmed by your dragon for 1 day, and then they become immune to the effect for 24 hours after it ends. So yeah, your dragon must be size small, at least small, to get this trait, and you can only use it once per long rest. And then then there was multi-attack. The dragon gains the ability to make 2 claw attacks during each of its attacks. For the first time it takes this trait. If it takes the trait a second time, it may take a bite attack as well. Your dragon must be at least medium size to select this trait. I may introduce that back because I decided to go with the new ranger approach to it, that the dragon gets its own turn. But I did not. I took it, as I said, I took out a lot of traits, so there's still some traits I may reintroduce or make some changes to. Then there's the increased capacity. Your dragon gains the ability to make an extra breath attack before it needs to recharge. So I'm also thinking of nerfing the breath attacks for the dragon to even a short rest. As I said, folks, feel free to comment. I am looking for feedback as well. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this video. So yeah, it's just that talking aloud about some of this stuff right now is giving me ideas. So yeah, we have that's the major and minor traits of the dragon. Now, as I said, it looked like originally it looked like your dragon could never get all of them, and that's why I took out a fair number of them. I plan to reintroduce some stuff. For example, there was a section about special breath attacks. Now, they were supposed to be freely given to the metallic dragons because they had them, and I was not aware of it. But I'm thinking I may actually then put them as like a major trait, like a new breath attack, or a special breath attack. So that's what I might do with that. Now, see, also, at level 1, you also got fighting style. The Dragonite had protection, 2-weapon fighting, great weapon fighting, dueling, defense, and archery. So yeah. And then you also got level 2 got Lord's Direction. Now this is when your dragon got its bite attack. See, this is where me and my friends got a little confused. At level 2, you may as a bonus action direct your dragon to make a single attack against a target within its range. If it has an intelligence of 10 or more, it may self-direct the attack instead. Additionally, if a creature would provoke an attack of opportunity from your dragon, you may use your reaction to attack them instead. So yeah, here's where it got a bit confusing. Because the dragon's supposed to roll on, essentially the dragon's supposed to be on your initiative, and they give impressions that it's supposed to work like the ranger from the PHP, as in using up your attacks. But then they have this bit where it's like, oh no, you use a bonus action to direct it, so you still have your attack. Then the dragon makes its attack with your bonus action, and then oh no, but then if it has an intelligence of this, it may self-direct. So I'm like, wait, so does it still use your bonus action, or is it a free action now? Like, what? So I decided to take that out and just give the dragon its own turn to heavily simplify things. And to also better exude that the dragon still has its own will, and that you are fighting in tandem with each other. You are cooperating rather than a master-slave type of situation. Now, you can still sort of have that, depending on what type of relationship you want to have with the dragon. Like, did you force the dragon to bend to your will, or did you steal the egg type of situation? So, yeah. Now, some of these features are really cool. Now, as I said, some of them I took out. At level 3, you get your Dragon Lord, which is your archetype. You get Blood Lord, Dragon Slayer, and Dragoon. We will talk about them when we get to them. You have your usual ASIs, 4th, 8th, 12th, 16th, and 19th. At level 5, you get Heart of the Dragon. Starting at level 5, you gain your dragon's damage immunity as resistance, necrotic for shadow, radiant for platinum. If you already have resistance to your dragon's element, you instead gain immunity. That's more so would be for dragonborns and tieflings. I can't think of anyone else who has damage resistance. Dwarves with poison. There we go. Then at 6th level you get Dragon Sense. You can use your action to focus your awareness on the region around you. For 1 minute, you can sense any dragon-related creatures within 3 miles of you. This feature doesn't reveal the creature's number, just its direction. So there could be like a large blip somewhere, which could be an army of dragonborns or kobolds or wyverns or whatever, dragon-related stuff. You won't know how many. It's just that it's a large blip. Then you get Bellow of Fear. When you reach level 9, as an action, you may let out a fearsome roar that rivals those of the dragons. This is essentially a fear AoE around your character. They make a wisdom save. It's 80 feet. Every creature but you can choose which ones to succeed. So if you don't want your allies to be copying it, you can choose to do so. And if they pass or the effect ends, they are immune for it for 24 hours. Dragon Fortitude. You have advantage on any strength or con save check or saving throw. You can only use this feature once per long rest. So you can give yourself advantage on one of those things once per long rest. Once per short or long rest. So I would put it away. I would say short and then long. Dragon's Legacy. Starting at level 12, you share a portion of your dragon's lifespan. For every 20 years that pass, you will only age 1 year, and you are immune to the effects of aging. See, that is as well makes me think of Aragon, where the dragon riders are actually immortal. Now, their effect would continue even after the dragon dies. In this case, I would say the dragon needs to be alive for you to get it. So at level 13, you get the Art of the Knight. You may add an additional bonus to your attack and damage rolls equal to half your proficiency bonus rounded down for attacks you are proficient with. I believe I made it so that you deal your dragon's element to that. I'm not 100% sure. I think I did. Then at level 14, you get Symbiotic Result. Now this is where again it gets a bit complicated. All right. You may, as an action, direct your dragon to make an additional attack this turn. Additionally, it may move without provoking attacks of opportunity. You may, as a bonus action, direct your dragon to charge you with its energy, allowing you to make an additional attack action this turn. However, the dragon cannot attack or cast spells the turn you activate this ability. You may only use one of these features once per short or long rest. So, I'm just like... So again, it raises the question, wait, does the dragon get its own turn? Its own attacks? Or, like, what's happening here? Oh. And then there's Legendary Resistance at level 17. When either you or your dragon fails a save, you may use your reaction to automatically succeed the save. You may use this feature once per long rest. So you get essentially Legendary Resistance at level 17, but you can only use it once, instead of the traditional characters using that 3 times. Actually, no, they use it 3 times, and they recharge at the start of their turn. And it's not just legendary resistance, it's fucking legendary actions as well, like god damn it. And at level 18 you get 2 become 1. Now this is my favourite feature. This is by far my favourite feature of this entire class. Like, don't get me wrong, riding on a dragon is epic. And I have friends who I've talked to who like the idea of riding a dragon, they just don't like the idea of having the dragon be able to change its shape. Like, I have a friend who doesn't care if he would have to leave his dragon outside for some moments. He's just like, I want to ride on a large fucking dragon. Fuck you. And I can respect that. I can honestly respect that. Like, it's again, I'm getting feedback for both the change shape. Like, I have some people who are not a fan of the change shape, but I have people who are a fan of the change shape, and I'm glad it's optional, because like that way the person who they can spend their major traits on other stuff, and then still be like on the top of a mighty dragon. Now I had some people who have been a bit meh. Actually, no, we'll get to that later. Sorry. Now we get to the Dragon Lords. Now the Blood Lords. Now each one has a different motif, and you may want to work with your DM about how your bond with your dragon may reflect this. The Blood Lord. A Blood Lord has mixed their blood with that of their dragon, granting them a deeper connection with the dragon, and allowing them to take on some of their traits. Many sorcerers can trace their lineage to an ancient Blood Lord Dragon Knight. I would take out the Dragon Knight bit for that description. Just say to an ancient Blood Lord. Actually, no, that sounds like a vampire. Yeah. Dragon Blood Lord. Oh, alright. At level 3, when you get this archetype, your a Blood Lord gets increased towards you, gain 2 more hit points. Every time you level past this, you gain 2 additional hit points. So, Okay, you get more of a tanky character. Strike of Anti-Magic. Starting at level 7, when you strike a target with a weapon you are proficient with, you can make them perform a Constitution save against DC 8 plus proficiency plus strength or dex, or be unable to cast spells until the end of their next turn. However, they receive no damage from this attack. Additionally, if they are concentrating on a spell, they have to make a concentration check. Once this skill is used on the spellcaster once, they have advantage on the save until their next dawn. So basically, if you fail to get rid of the magic, you're basically going to overcharge them with magic. It seems. So yeah, once the skill is used on a spellcaster once, they have advantage. Yeah, so you're overcharged. So that's the way I'm picturing it. It's not so much you're striking them with anti magic. You're striking them. You're trying to overload them with magic to either break their concentration or for them to sort of make them not be able to cast their spells, which is sort of a cool idea. So I might rework that name at some point. Then you get Dragon Scales at level 10. You begin. Wait, did I miss Dragon Likeness? No, yeah, that's a Dragon Slayer one. Dragon Scales. Begin at level 10, you begin growing scales over your back and arms to match your dragons. Your AC increases by 2 and you gain immunity to your dragon's element. At 5th level, your connection with your dragon allows you to enchant a cloak and transform it into dragon wings. Transforming it requires a bonus action. The cloak still retains its features and is still somewhat recognizable from its original form. You may only have one enchanted cloak at a time. If it sustains too much direct damage, it becomes unusable as wings. You may create these wings with a ritual lasting 4 hours. Your flight speed equals your dragon's flying speed, but here's the best part. But you may only fly for 1 hour before retracting the wings for at least 10 minutes. So you have to take breaks. Starting at 18th level, you may imbue your weapon with elemental power of your dragon. When dealing damage, add 3d4 extra damage of your dragon's elemental power. So that was it. Dragon Slayer. A Dragon Slayer is not born, it is made. Slayers forcibly control the magic of their subject to grant them abilities specifically crafted to desolate dragons. There's only one creature a dragon fears, and that is a Dragon Slayer. So, very short, brief description. Fuel of the Dragon. Before you are affected by damage that is the element type of your dragon, use your reaction. You use your reaction to gain 10 temporary hit points and then receive the damage as normal. If hit by an attack that dealt damage, you gain bonus. You gain a bonus to hit equal to your proficiency bonus on your next level. On your next attack roll against that attacker. Now, see, I may try and make that so it scales a little bit better, but let's see. I might add plus 10 plus proficiency bonus. That sounds good. Draconic Expulsion. Starting at level 7, you're capable of using your dragon's breath attack as an action. You retain the same cooldown, but the recharge rate is separate from your dragon's. So you can start breathing fire as well, but it does not use up your dragon's usage. I will also probably put in my own DM note that if I do add the special breath attacks, you don't get them. Unequaled Intensity. When you reach level 10, your breath attack ignores resistance and treats immunity as resistance. Starting at level 15, Legendary Interference. Now, to me, this is when it starts really getting close of like that you will take down dragons. Starting at level 15, when a creature within 10 feet of you uses a legendary action or its resistance comes into effect, you may use a reaction to cancel it out. You may use this ability once per long rest. So, yeah. That to me that really screams like, yeah, I take down dragons. Now I feel like a bit of the Dragon Slayer was inspired from the fairy tale because of this last feature. That and the whole Raiden Fire or whatever. At level 18, your body changes, morphing into a more dragon-like creature at will. Choose one of the following whenever you morph: claws, teeth, scales, or wings, and a tail. So wings and a tail are paired up. You may use an action to attack with one of your new natural weapons, as if you were your dragons. Your attack is considered magical. If you choose claws, you have a free hand you may attack with as an offhand attack, as if two-weapon fighting. If you choose scales, your AC increases by 2. If you choose wings, you may fly at your dragon speed. Now, this is an action thing. So when you use an action, so the wing situation only lasts a round. It seems, which is hilarious. Last we have the Dragoon. A Dragoon commands the power of a dragon and focuses on the ancient spellcasting abilities of dragons. Dragoons typically seek the power of the dragons or are granted a dragon strength, if it deems them worthy to rule over dragons. Art of War. Starting level 3, you gain training in 2 weapon styles from the table below. You utilize a single weapon style when you make an attack based on your current weapon. So, this one is a little cool because... Sorry, I'm just drinking tea. It's basically like custom fighting styles. There's the Crush Stance with swords and hammers. When you make an attack action, when you take the attack action and your attacks connect, as in hit their enemy, you may make a secondary attack against the same target with the same weapon. You do not add your modifier to the damage of this attack. See, I don't know why swords are in that category with Crush Stance. I'm confused, but I'm sure there's a reason. Then you get Cross Slash, which requires a sword and an axe. When you take an attack action and your attack connects, and there is another target within reach, you may add 2 to the secondary target's AC. If your original attack would also connect, you also attack them. You do not add your modifier to this damage. So Cross Slash is literally allows you to hit multiple people. Spinning Cane requires a staff. You may make 2 additional attacks when used as attack action. You do not add your modifier to these attack or damage rolls, and you must move at least 5 feet between each attack. So it allows you to attack up to 3 extra people per your attack action. So per attack. So basically, the more attacks you have. So I believe the Dragon Knight gets this version you get about 2 extra attacks. So that's 3, 6, 9. So you can target up to 9 people if they're all within 5 feet. If you are able to move 5 feet between each one. You get Pinged Shot, which is pretty good for targeting range people because it drops their movement speed to 0, I believe. You have their movement. When you take an attack action, you take a penalty to your attack roll of 2. If the attack connects, they make a dexterity dex save against your attack. If they fail, they are pinned. You pin the target, if possible, to the floor, forcing them to take a bonus action and half their movement to remove the projectile safely or be restrained. So technically, you can still work on actually, no, yeah, you can't, unless there's something for them to pin them on. Yeah. Flurry of Sticks, which is an unarmed strike. When you make an unarmed strike, you may make 2 attacks. If both attacks connect, you may push the target. You may push the target of the second attack 5 feet from you. So it's punch and then palm strike that I'm picturing. Bone Crusher, which is a 2-handed weapon requirement. When you make an attack action, you place a large amount of force with your attack, adding a 1d6 of weapon damage. And if you roll a 6 on the extra die, they are knocked prone. Flurry of Jabs, Spears, and Polearms. I would have put that as, So I feel like the person maybe mixed up the names, like of where is it the other one, the flurry of sticks. You know, I feel like the person's not mixing up the names. When you take an attack action, and you sorry, when you take the attack action, you can take a -5 to your attack roll, and instead of a normal attack, you perform a flurry of jabs equal to half your strength or dexterity modifier, whichever whichever you are using for the attack, and your proficiency bonus. The damage die of these jabs is the same as the regular attacks with the weapon, and if the weapon has the versatile property, you may choose if you are one. If you are one or two-handed weapon, roll all the die, add them all up. Sorry, folks. What the hell? When you take the attack action, you may take a -5 to your attack roll, and instead of a normal attack, you may perform a flurry of jabs equal to half your strength or dex mod plus your proficiency bonus. So, and then the damage die for these jabs is the same as the regular attack with the weapon, and if the weapon has a versatile property, you may choose if you are one or two-handed the weapon. Okay, so if you're two-handed it or one-handed it, roll all the die, add them up, add your modifiers, then divide the total by 2, rounded up. If you critically hit with this style, simply don't divide the total of the dice in half. Okay, so basically you do a whole bunch of attacks, you add them all together, divided by 2, rounded up, and that is your total damage for all those attacks. So it's basically like, I'm going to do a whole bunch of attacks, but it's technically one attack. Okay. Oh god. That one was a little complicated to read. It took me 2 readings. That's the that is the fighting styles of our word. That was level 3, guys. We still have more features to get through. If I still have that, I need to completely have someone reword that. That's what's better than me that rewording it. Dragon magic. Starting level 7, you get access to ancestral dragon magic based on your dragon type. You may use an action to cast a number of spells, to cast your spell a number of times equal to your dragon's charisma mod per long rest. Your save is DC is 8 plus your proficiency plus your charisma mod, as per usual. Here's the spells. Flame Shot. Now, some of these are restricted based on what type of dragon you have. If your dragon is red, brass, or gold, you get Flame Shot. You swirl fire into a concentrated ball and then hurl it in a 5-foot wide line. A 5-foot wide line that is 120 feet long. You deal 4d6 plus charisma mod fire damage to all creatures in the line, and an additional 2d6 force damage to the first target that's directly in front. It's a dex save for half damage. Astral Drain. Shadows surround your weapon. You then make an attack. You may throw the weapon without the thrown property at a range of 20 to 60 feet. And if your attack connects, the target takes damage as normal and takes 3d6 plus charisma mod necrotic damage, and you heal the number of hit points equal to the necrotic damage. Moonlight. Platinum. Moonlight shines directly on you and radiates radiates with a radius of 30 feet. Must be in a dark area or at night to use this. Every creature you choose heals 3d8 plus your charisma mod health points, and if any undead are within the moonlight, they take 2d8 radiant damage. For blue and bronze, you get Thunder God. Lightning strikes you from out of nowhere several times. For the next minute, your body glows with lightning energy. Your movement speed doubles, and you may take 3 melee attacks. Each attack that connects deal an extra 1d6 plus charisma mod of lightning damage. And you may move your speed without provoking attacks of opportunity. So basically, you become Loxus from Fairy Tail. Just turn into lightning, zipping all over the place. Or Flash if you're not into Fairy Tail, moving all over the place, attacking. Diamond Dust for white and silver dragons. The air in the area becomes frigid and extinguishes all flames. Ice builds up around you, and and you throw out a wave of cold. Each creature within a 30-foot radius of you makes a con saving throw. If they fail, they take 46 plus your charisma mod of cold damage and are restrained until the start of your next turn. If they succeed, they take half damage and are not restrained. Rainbow Breath for black, green, and copper. You breathe in deeply, then exhale at a 60-foot cone. Each creature within the cone must make a dex save. Sorry, I was checking what level you get this at. 7th level. Goddamn. 60-foot cone. Dex save, or take 46 plus your charisma mod of acid damage. They take half damage on a successful save, and then they must make a constitution save, or take 2d4 poison damage and become poisoned for 1 minute. If they succeed, they take half damage and are not poisoned. At level 10, you get Armor of Yore. At 10th level, you may spend 8 hours infusing your armor with ancient dragon magic. While you wear this armor, you gain a +2 to your AC and become immune to poison and fear effects. Your dragon's element and cannot be stunned. You may only have one set of this armor. If you change another, the original loses this property. Other heroes who wear the armor are not affected. So this is purely meant for your armor. No one else should wear this. Channel Dragon's Might. Now this is where I actually talked to my friend recently, and this is where I changed this feature. Beginning at level 15. As a bonus action, you may channel your dragon's strength through your body. For the next minute, you may add your dragon's charisma mod to all your attacks damage, even if it would already be added. You may do this a number of times per long rest, equal to your charisma mod. See, I would not have it to be the charisma mod of your dragon. I would have it be the strength mod of your dragon, because it's called Channel Dragon's Might, and it literally says you're channeling your dragon's strength. So yeah, that's why I would have it be based on your charisma mod, how often you can do it, but you're draining in your dragon's strength, not its charisma. Dragoon's Calling. When you reach level 18, you may use your dragon's magical spells, major and minor skills. They must pertain only to the dragon, and other abilities a number of times equal to your charisma mod after you take a short or long rest. So essentially, if your dragon has the major trait for burrow, the minor trait to burrow, for the next minute, I believe. You may use dragon spells. There's no time limit. I would put that more as a. I'll put that as a minute trait. So, but okay, so I would have put a listing there. So yeah, personally I would put a minute restriction there. So yeah, to this there's no time limit for some reason. Even though you're supposed to be able to do it a number of times equal before a short rest. So yeah, essentially the way I would do it is I would put 1 minute there, and you can essentially borrow one. I would also nerf it a little bit so that you drain. You can only borrow one trait from your dragon and then use it, which can still be actually, now that I think about that, which can actually really help with the concept of going underground. So I may revisit the change shape discussion. But that's only specifically for one archetype though, unfortunately. Now, multiclassing. Now, the original designer of this class decided that to qualify to multiclass into the Dragon Knight, you must meet these prerequisites. Strength or Dex must be 13. You must have at least 15 Con, and you must have 13 Charisma. And when you multiclass into this class, you get proficiency in the following things: all armor and shields. That is it. So yeah, folks, that is the original. And now I'm thinking I should have just showed you all. I'm actually regret not doing it. So hold on. That's not working. Display capture, no. Sorry, hold on, folks. I'm having some issues lately with my display captures. So give me a sec. Where is it? There we go. So yeah, this was the Dragon Knight. It's 10 pages long PDF. There's a lot of abilities that this class gets originally. So yeah, we're just going to actually scroll up to the table here. So you can see also a stark difference in mine and this. So it's on. So here's the one that I've been working on for a little bit. It's been a bit on and off. I'm not gonna lie. I keep getting sidetracked by other abilities. Sorry, by other projects. So as you can see, this has no dead levels until 20th level. You get a lot of 2 skills for multiple levels. Here's my one. Let's see if you can still foresee. Yep, there you go. So yeah, we're just going to put these side by side. Boom. The one on the right is my one. So here you go, folks. Just going to double check. Yeah, I'm just hovering down into the corner there so I can see that. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, here's the one that I've worked on. As you can see, I got rid of Lord's Direction completely. So level 2 is a dead level. I kept the bread attacking unlock at level 3. I don't know why it's listed here. It should be more listed on the Dragon's table, but I'll wait. I moved Heart of the Dragon down to level 11. I kept in the extra attack, but I basically swapped Dragon Fortitude and Heart of the Dragon because I felt like Heart of the Dragon, that's what we really gained at level 11, and Dragon Fortitude felt like a much nicer progressional thing. I kept in the Legendary Resistance here, and then I moved, obviously, the 2 become 1 to level 20. Let's see, what was that level 14 here? Dragon's Assault. Let's see, what was that again? Let's find out. Dragon's Assault. Yeah, there's no feature there. Yeah. I think it's supposed to be, nope, some AI Assault is right there. Let's see, when was that, what level is that? Level 14. Okay, so yeah, I think I know what the person did. Like, he changed his name, but he didn't update this section here. So, yeah. So, that's on the... So, straight away, I made... Hang on, just going to see if Symbiotic Assault is there. Yeah, it's not... Yeah, it's not there at all. So, yeah, so that was a name change that the person did during the progression. And I believe I fully got rid of it. I actually, I don't know how to update these, so it's probably still there. No, it's actually gone. Huh. Interesting. Right. So yeah, first off, there you go. That is the first big change I did. Now, another thing I did was with the obtain dragons section. Also, you might also notice I changed a significant amount of the plane as a Dragon Knight. So I didn't read this section out, so I'll read it out right now. Your dragon listens to your commands as best it can. It takes its turn on your initiative. On your turn, your dragon moves separately with no action required by you, unless you are riding it. You can use a bonus action to verbally telepathically command it to attack, dash, disengage, dodge, or help, or any action it gains later. Also, once you have extra attack feature, you and your dragon can attack in any combination up to a max of attacks you have, like any creature. Like any creature, the dragon can spend its hit dice during a short rest. If you are incapacitated, absent, or unable to give orders, the dragon acts on its own. It never requires you to command your commands to use its reactions, such as when making an attack of opportunity. See, all that, but then it sort of makes no sense later down the line when you're looking at features like Symbiotic Assault or Lord's Direction. So I'm like, what? So here, what I did was, Your dragon listens to your commands as best it can. It has its own turn, like any creature. The dragon can spend its hit die on a short rest. If you are incapacitated, absent, or unable to give orders, the dragon acts on its own. So it acts completely independent from you. But the thing is, it will still prioritize what you ask it to do. Because again, you're supposed to be working together. So that's why I did it this way. So and also I saw an opportunity to take out some features. So yeah. Now obtain dragon. Here it's mostly unchanged. Yeah, so it's if you're large enough to ride it, you also form a Talabag bond with it. So yeah, there is Dragon Attire, no, refreshing their thing. Now here's where I made my own little caveat. You may ride your dragon when it reaches a size of large. I decided to put like a flat out like, okay, you need to be size large, or when its strength reaches 16 or higher. Because a medium creature with size 16 could possibly carry you, and this is a dragon. So I was like, okay, a dragon on all fours with a strength of 16 or higher, it could probably carry you. And I had a friend. I was discussing it with a friend, and that's what we decided to do. So we're gonna scroll down, and there's that. I'm planning on changing this, as I said, so that it's 10 plus dex plus the bonus. You may also notice one thing also. I took out the gargantuan size. Because I discussed it with some people, and the size of the creature could make doing certain actions a little more complicated. I also changed its Barret attack, which is not listed here, so we'll get to that later. So yeah, I decided to make it down to just a large rather than allowing it to do. But I did add a DM's note, so if your DM is allowing you, you could go to gargantuan or huge. I also made a did I not make a change? I don't think this is my most up-to-date one, because I meant to discuss it with a friend, and I decided to make it so that you don't get as many minor traits. Hold on. Documents. Yeah, there we go. See, there's a 2.3. Yeah, we're looking at 2.2. So let me just quickly open that, and we'll open it as a PDF. I'm have to recover it. There we go. Just give me a sec, folks. Finish. And then we'll export it as a PDF. 2.3 documents. There we go. Then we'll pop back here. Here we go. Sorry about that. Also, the change in the too close. There you go. That's enough. Okay. So in my 2.3 version, as you can see, when you get an ASI, you don't automatically get a minor trait anymore. So I decided to make it every 4 levels you get a minor trait, because I changed the minor traits as well. So there you go. So here we go. Here's the major and minor traits. I'm just going to scroll down a bit more so we can see all of them together. Well, as much as possible. Now change shape. I nerfed some of these, or flat out removed them. So let's see, in terms of minor traits, what did I do? Let's see, I took out the ASI. I kept an immunity. Yeah, it looks like that. Yep. Okay, so the only thing I changed with minor traits was the ASI. It looks. So there you go. So let's scroll down to major traits, put more focus on them. Now, as you can see, major traits is a much shorter section. I kept in the fee, and I added the cap of 4 instead of like as many as you want. I'm going to change this to add, as I said, more of the saving throws, so you can have your dragon be a bit more of a caster. Um, I don't believe I made any differences to casting to the caster trait. Change shape, I made a size restriction. The creature must be a size large to take this form. So there you go. And I added a limit on how often it can change based on its charisma mod. I don't think it had that to begin with. Let's see here. Yeah, then it could just change shape as many times as it wants. With me, I put a restriction that it can only change a number of times equal to its charisma mod. It had hypnotic speech and multi attack. I got rid of those. I may re-add hypnotic speech because it actually is pretty fair, you know. But I may also re-add special breath attacks as a choice, and I kept it in increased capacity. So I took out a fair number of the major traits. I may add more. These are the breath attacks. Let's scroll down on this one. Now here we go. Now, as you can see, also because that there were these special breath attacks, there's also like time distance included. So yeah, I don't know why I listed time because Tiny never has a breath attack. So yeah, I don't know why I did that. So first off, let's just look at the damage. 46. I made start off at the small instead of the 66. Then at medium, it's 66 and 78. Then at large, it's 88 instead of 10d6. So yeah, and then huge, I decided to keep it at the 12 and 14. I might actually bump these down by 2 again. I need more feedback to see how it is. I didn't nerf the size of the breath attacks, just their damage. I didn't change any much here. So yeah, with the archetypes, it was mainly the Dragoon that I changed. So let's just scroll straight down to the Dragoon. So yeah, I have Crush Stance, Cross Slash, Spinning. Nope, I do not have Spinning Cane. So yeah, here's what I decided to add to these. And then I think I kept the Dragon Magic the same. Yeah, I did. And as I said, I changed it so that you use the Dragon Strength mod for the thing rather than the other way around with Charisma. But so I may, oh pardon me, I may change this so that you get you get to choose one of the Dragon's major or minor traits to benefit from for about 1 minute. To make it more useful in combat and a little useful out of combat, because you can because technically, based on your cruising mod, you could say borrow the burrow tree to really dig a tunnel for the party when your dragon's not available. You know. So yeah, and then there's the little DM note about the size situation. So yeah, folks, that is the original Dragonite, and also my Dragonite. As it stands now, as I said, I'm still working on it. I decided to put more effort into working on it. But yeah, let's see if we can get the new one. Here, no, that's it. It's the 5th variant. Let's see, first off, how it's been changed. Now, first off, it's the whole overall class is called. It's been changed from to Dragon Knight Fifth Variant 5e class. Um, Same stuff here, but then it changes to create a Dragon Warrior. So, I don't understand what's going on there. So let's see here. First, it seems everything's pretty much the same. I believe, yeah, the equipment seems to be the same as well, roughly, allowing for both a strength and dex based one. The daggers is new, and the hand crossbow is new. Those two are new. Very interesting. Interesting. Let's see here. I like the idea of the smith's tools. Just because because like dragon, they're known to make their armor in the fashion of their dragon. So the smith tools would allow you to actually make, like, maybe harvest some of your dragon's old scales to fashion your armor in such a way, instead of having to pay someone to make your armor look like your dragon's. So I actually support that. I might incorporate that into my one. But yeah, I like this addition of the hand, the crossbow bolts, and the daggers. I may. It seems I like. I'm a little looking forward to this one. So let's see what else. First, straight off the bat, first big notice I see is the spell casting. Spell slots per spell level. Okay, so this is looking for a paladin like esque thing. You get three features now at level 1. Fighting style, you obtain dragon and dragon mark. I don't know what dragon mark is. I'm guessing that's meant to be spellcasting. So you get spellcasting at level 2. You get Lord's Direction. That's actually then your dragon, as per usual, your dragon lord. It's Breath attack at 3rd level with your dragon lord tree. You get Heart of the Dragon still and extra attack, dragon senses. I'm trying to see what might have been taken out. Symbiotic Assault may have been taken out. And so yeah, this looks like it's going for more of a paladin feel. I don't know, I'm gonna try and save this, folks. But let's see here. Let's see what it says here. The style of play. Okay, here we go. This has been given new things. Your dragon listens to your commands as best it can. It takes its turn on your initiative. On your turn, your dragon moves separately. Blah 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 blah. Unless you're around it, so it's the same stuff. Same stuff. Same stuff. If you are it never requires your command to use its reactions. Okay, we saw that. Here's the new stuff. You have separate reactions. Unlike the combined actions and bonus actions, the style of play shows the bond between the dragon and its knight. You may choose another class to ride alongside your dragon. You get the traits of the other class you have chosen along with. Wait, what? Hold on. It never requires your command to use its reactions, such as making an attack. You have separate reactions. Okay, that was obvious. Unlike the combined actions and bonus actions, the style of play shows the bond between dragons. You may choose another class to ride alongside your dragon. I don't understand that. Again, maybe it's me misreading it or not fully understanding what's going on. You may choose another class to ride alongside your dragon. Okay. I think actually this is allowing you to not only be you can either choose the Dragon Knight class, or you can take the dragon stats and obtain dragon stuff, and then move it to another class. You get the traits of the other class you have chosen along with the ones of the well. See, I'm not fully understanding this. Okay, I have a friend who's a bit more learned when it comes to reading than me, so I'll ask him to try and interpret that. Okay, let's see. We get the same stuff here. Yep. Any alignment for the shadow? That's interesting. Let's see here. It's A plus proficiency plus dragon's charisma. Okay. Dragon template. Whoa, okay. The dragon's have to get a big bump here. The dragon's health is now 1d12 plus con. That's its hit die. And it starts with 1d12 plus con. Okay, so you have to roll. So you roll for your dragon's health now. instead of it having the first flat A plus con. It's now no. Your dragon you roll a d12 and add your con to your dragon. Oh, pardon me. And its hit die is now a d8. Sorry, d12. Okay. Your dragon starts with the following ability scores ordered in any way you like: 16, 14, 14, 12, 10, 10. Not sure how I feel about that. I'm being honest, not sure how I feel. Okay. So I'm just going to check, folks. Can you still see this? Yes, you can. Good. Your dragon cannot wield weapons. Okay. It is proficient when it's on attacks. It uses A. Oh, god damn it. Sorry, folks. I'm being messaged on Facebook. This specialization costs 4 times as much. Your dragon dies. You inspire your bond to give to it. If your dragon dies, you will have to use part of your bond and a gift to resurrect it. It costs 500 GP and 50 hit points because your dragon is bound to your soul. It's a ritual that will take 8 hours. Dragon is proficient with 3 skills of your choice. Proficient in 2 saving throw. The dragon has a walking speed of 40 feet and immunity to its elements. Your dragon improves as you level, as shown in the table below. Sorry. Dragon has the following ability to score restrictions: tiny, medium, and smaller. Max 24. Okay, that's the same. The counter trade ability to score for feats against feats a different way. Okay. Not sure how I feel about the speed. It seems like they're at the making it so that you once again have to buy flying. Because against folks, as I said, anyone can come online and change this. So its AC base is 15 plus dex plus bonus. Yeah, no. That I am 100% not okay with. As I said, sorry folks, I'm gonna have to mute that conversation because hold on folks, I'm just gonna pull up an image right now. There. Just hold on until I mute that conversation because it is starting to annoy me that I'm trying to do this video. So hold on. Mute conversation. I'm gonna put it until I turn it back on. I'll remember to turn it back on after after this video. There we go. Wait, there we go. There it is. Wait, is this the right one? God damn, I'm turning around now on the websites. Where is it? Is this it? Yes, it is. There we go. Yeah. Let's put back to the display capture. There we go. Okay, yeah. So I'm 100% not okay with these two things right here: the AC and the butt stats. Okay. Okay. Anyway, moving on. I'm not too sure how I feel about the speed. A part of me is like no, because the dragons traditionally have doubled their walking speed, and I like that it starts off on 3 and then it can get faster through traits. But okay, its bite is 1d6. Its wings. Okay, let's see. Also, it seems like this person is using the traditional minor trait, ASI, ASI. Okay. Now let's look at the traits now. Let's see what this person has done. Echoing voice, proficient, language, sight, amphibious, immunity, finesse. Your dragon's attacks become finesse weapons. It must be at least small to select this trait. Okay. Greater capacity. See, I made that. That was a major trait. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. Your dragon gains 1 more use of its breath attack before needing to recharge. It cannot recharge while it has uses remaining, unless it is at least large size. It must be at least medium size to select this trait. Yeah, I prefer it being a major trait instead of a minor trait, but okay. Quick. See, it still has the quick trait. See, I would have taken that out if I was bumping its speed. So yeah, no. climber. Your dragon has a climb speed equal to its walking speed. Oh, and they changed it to digger for excavation. No, the thing's called burrowing. Okay. Flight. So yeah. Okay, so this is it gains a flight speed equal to its walking speed. Okay. Alright. See, okay, a lot of these I can get behind. Maybe the climbing and maybe re-adding the flight as a thing. The only thing I am not okay with is having quick with its base speed being 40 and greater capacity as a minor trait. Okay, alright, let's get to the ASI. Let's get to the majors, okay? Alright, let's get to the major traits. Okay, it has a feat, ASI. I was actually thinking of adding an ASI as a major trait. But I'm not gonna. I might get more feedback on that idea before I, go fully into it. Resistance. Your dragon gains one person in a saving throw. What? I thought I saw that up there. Proficient. That's skills. Okay. Right. I'm not sure why I would call it resistance, but okay. Elemental bite. Your dragon bite attack gains. Okay, I like this one. Gains bonus damage equal to your proficiency bonus in the damage type of its weapon. Okay, not bad, not bad. Overcome resistance. Your dragon's attacks ignore resistances and must be at least huge size. I would probably do something like that. But instead of a size restriction, I might put a level restriction in there. Because that'd be interesting. That your dragon can, like, especially if you're playing like the Dragon Slayer, like now your dragon siphons off your ability to kill dragons to become more of a dragon killing type of thing. See, here, okay, let's see here, my skills. Your dragon may choose two major traits to gain. You may select this trait one times. No, I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't allow that in my caster. See, this is what, now. Why would they keep caster, but then give you spell casting? Okay, so no, I'd rather take the spell casting or the caster tray out and change shape. Let's see what they did with here. No, I didn't one card. Okay, so it's pretty much the same. It has no restriction on it. Okay. Oh, here's the dragon mark. I've been curious about this. Starting out first level, you have a mark of a dragon on a part of your body as a symbol of your bond. The very first moment you both meet and became partners. As your dragon's or your bonus action, your dragon can go into the mark and stay there until you use another bonus action to release it. You retain your telepathic bond with your dragon while it's inside your mark, but you can talk. Wait, huh? But can talk to your dragon telepathically. I think that means you can't. No. Okay, so as I said, there's some stuff I'm liking here, but I like the Dragon Mark one. Like, yeah, it's an extra feature at level 1, but it may actually I may have it be an alternate to the change shape situation, because that's one of the things that me and my friend really butt heads about in terms of this class is the change shape. This may be a nice little thing to replace that. So I might look at that. Okay, let's get to the spellcasting. Anyway, when you reach second level of this cast, you also get the ability to cast spells. Your Dragon Knight table shows you what spell slots you have. Spell slots so higher, you gain all spell slots. You change your. Okay. You prepare a list of sorcerer spells to available for you to cast using for the sorcerer spell list. When you do so, you choose a number of sorcerer spells equal to your charisma mod plus half your Dragonite level, rounded down, minimum of one spell. These spells must be a level for which you have spell slots. You can change your list prepared spells when you finish a long rest. Preparing a new list of sorcerer spells requires time spent resting and bonding with your dragon, at least 1 minute per spell level for each of your on your spell list. Charisma is your spellcasting. Okay, I'll say you can use your dragon mark as a spellcasting focus for your spell. See, like, also this screams Aragon for me personally. The dragon mark does. So as I said, I may actually go about using it. Let's see here. Is there anything new? Heart of the Dragon. You gain your dragon's immunity and as resistance, and at level 15 you get thing. So that they actually gave that an upgrade at level 15. Okay. 1 minute with a 3-mile radius. It does not reveal the number of the creatures in that direction. Understandable. Dragon Fortitude. When you affect a mental ability, the first level of magic or higher, or by attack based on your element, you can spend a reaction in your dragon to earn a temporary health equal to half the damage. You can use this number of times equal to first year. Okay, so that's very like what the Dragon Slayer got. So I'm curious about how the Dragon Slayer's changed. Okay, Dragon's Legacy. Yeah, that's the aging one. You get the legendary resistance. You may use this 2 times per day. I will keep that one. But yeah, the Dragon Fortitude one. Again, this you can use this a number of times equal to 2 plus your charisma mod per long rest. At 13, you can choose to have advantage on the strength or constitution saving throw. Okay, Dragon Fury. Now let's see. It's okay. It seems like it's just a name change. Yeah, it is. So yeah, it's just a name change. Uh, it's the two become one, but it's been changed to, as you can see, to Dragon Fury. Actually, did I take off the image? Yes, I did. Good. Okay, let's see. Here's the archetypes. There's still Dragon Slayer. There's now Dragonbound and Dark Arisen. Ooh. Let's see what has changed with this. At level 3, you get increased fortitude. Okay, so you get more hit points. Okay, Draconic Explosion. At level 7, you get the Breath attack. It keeps the same cooldown, but recharge rate is separate, and your breathing attack and your dragon ignores resistance. Okay. You get Dragon Scales at level 10. Okay, Legendary Interference. And you get... Okay, this one I actually like more for the tank build instead of the Blood. The original one. So I might actually use this version of the Dragon Slayer. I actually like this version a lot better. Okay. Dragonbound. A Dragonbound has deepened their telepathic link with their dragon, granting them a deeper connection to their dragon, improving their dragon's strength and speed. So, okay. Starting at 3rd level, you may when you strike a target with a map, to make a perform a concentration saving throw, or be unable to cast spells until the end of their next turn. However, they receive no damage from this attack. Additionally, if they're concentrating a spell, they have to make a concentration check. Once the skill is used, the spellcaster once they have advantage. Okay, so it's the same thing. Dragon's Calling. At 7th level, you may use your dragon's major or minor skills. Those that pertain only to the dragon, a number of times equal to your charisma mod after you take a short or long rest. As I said, I would put more of a time limit on that and make it so that you can borrow 1. But okay. Slayer's Fuel. Okay, yeah. That's okay. Alright, let's see what this is. When you reach 10th level, if you fall in less than half of your life, dragon goes. What? Okay. What? Okay. Alright. I'm gonna try and read this as slow as I can. When you reach 10th level, if you fall in less than half of your life, your dragon goes into a Draconic Rage. It gains a hate bonus on attack rolls and damage rolls equal to its strength mod, but must pass a wisdom check each round, so not to be forced to attack a random target chosen by the master once. The Dragon Knight can persuade you in an arm skill test to get out of the Draconic Rage. Out of the Draconic Rage. I'm guessing it's meant that if you go unconscious, your dragon goes into a Draconic Rage and it begins attacking everything. But it must make a wisdom save to focus its hatred towards what happened. And then if the Dragon Knight wakes up or whatever, it can calm it down. Or if you oh wait no, if you lose half of your life, maybe, maybe I'm not sure. Uh, I'll have to talk to a friend about that. Anyway, Dragon Assault. Beginning at 15th level, you can, as a bonus action, allow your dragons to make 2 attack actions. In addition, it can move without provoking attacks of opportunity. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your Charisma mod, a minimum of once. Additional breath attack. At level 18, you can choose read it. You can choose any breath of a different dragon knows. Your dragon can now use it instead of its own breathing attack. Each recharging individually. You can select this thing multiply. Okay, yeah, no, I'll retype that up. I like the idea that your dragon can somehow like I would give it 2 breath attacks. And then I would allow it to scale with the major tree for more dragon breath attack, but I would not have them recharge individually. So that's how I would do that. But I do like, again, I'm liking some of the changes. There's some changes I'm not a big fan of, but there are changes that I am a fan of. Okay, Dark Arisen. The Dark Arisen command the power of the dragon and focus on the ancient spellcasting abilities of dragons. Typically, okay, that's pretty much there. Okay, so it's basically the Dragoon. Uh, Ice Salvo, yeah, it seems like it's pretty much the same. Dragon Knight Art. When you reach 10th level, you adopt a particular fighting style. Choose one of the following options. Stylish. When you attack with your weapon, you tend to show off. When you strike an enemy, you may make an intimidation or performance check against the foe 3 feet of your opponent's vicinity. If they fail, they focus their attention on you, granting them disadvantage on their next attack roll. If it's not against you, you're considered to have defensive duelist. Strategist. Your cunning in battle allows you to make an appropriate knowledge check, arcana, nature, or religion once per encounter against a particular type of foe. If you beat the amount of hit dice / level, take the highest of the group. If there is one type of enemy that is higher, with your check. You get insight against the creature type, aberration, humanoid, monstrosity, etc. And your AC saves, attack, and damage rolls increases by 1 against those creatures. You also consider to have defeat alert. Okay, so basically, I'm okay with this a little bit. You get only one of these things, and so it's like a free fee plus some extra benefits. Let's look at Channel Dragon's power. You can add your Dragon's Charisma mod to your attack rolls. Again, I would change that to the Dragon's Strength, but okay. Dragon Forge. Starting at level 18, you imbue your weapon with the elemental power of your dragons. When dealing the damage, you deal the 3d6 extra damage of your dragon's elemental power. And yeah, once again, it's Strength or Dex 13, Constitution 12, and Charisma 13. Okay. So, yeah, as I said, folks, I'm going to save this one because I am always looking for stuff like there are some things I feel like are my version may do a little better. Hold on, let me just pop this back up. So yeah, there are some stuff I feel like my version of the class does a little bit better, but then there's some things I feel like this was really nailed. So I may see about taking. I might take a fair amount of the stuff from here and pop it into mine. Also, once again, this seems also to not list the feature where the dragons become one. What was it called? Dragon's Fury? 20th level. Draconic Likeness it was. Let me scroll down. Yeah, so it's Dragon's Fury. So yeah, the person needs to work on some of the stuff on this table. But yeah, I like the idea of the dragon mark. The dragon mark is my favorite, and I love what they did with the subclasses personally. So it's like for me, it'll be more the subclasses and the dragon mark. I'm not too sure how I feel about the spell casting. I may incorporate it. I may discuss with my friends because I feel like I could incorporate it and it'd be fun. But I'm just not sure myself. You know, the spellcasting is a bit of a dodgy situation for me. But yeah, as I said, folks, who knows? I might do another update video to my Dragonite. But yeah, this definitely has the feel of a different author. As I said, this document has had so many different authors at some point. You know, the only thing is, one thing I'm disappointed in is the person seems to have gotten rid of the discussions. You know, so yeah, that's one thing I find a little annoying, that he took out the conversations that everyone's been having. You know, so uh, either way, as I said, I'm going to keep working on it. As I said, I may incorporate some of the stuff that seems fun, folks. I definitely want to hear what you guys think. I'm afraid I wasn't, because I was displaying my screen. I wasn't on my dashboard. So please, folks, comment what you think about the two classes. Which things, like, let me have. I want to hear your thoughts on what I could do with this class, and I want to also hear about, like, what you think, what you like about the class as well. Now, please, I will request constructive criticism, as in, like, don't just tell me, oh, it's shit. Tell me what's wrong with it and how I can improve it. And I will request, don't be a troll. If you like this video, please click the like button, and if you like my channel and all things nerdy, please subscribe and I'll get you those videos. This is Wolf and Ninja, sign out. May the force be with you, and remember, roll for initiative.